Excited for this review. Why? Because I'm talking about my favorite bad movie of all time. Today, we're talking about the Concorde, Airport 79. An absolute work of masterful crap. But before I talk about this beautiful disaster of a film, let's talk about the Airport franchise in general. The franchise started in 1970 with the first film, Airport. It was a massive hit, and it revolutionized disaster films forever. As the 1970s went on, films like The Poseidon Adventure, Earthquake and the Towering Inferno only further developed the genre into the box office juggernauts that they are. Even the sequel, Airport 1975, also released in 1974, don't know why they call it that, but anyways, was also a massive success, even if the reviews were getting worse with each one. The third film, Airport 77, wasn't as big as a success as the first two, but it wasn't horrible. I still loved it, along with the first two. But then came number 4. Released in 1979, this film had the biggest budget of the entire franchise, and despite making $65 million at the box office, most of that was from international markets, as it bombed in North America and received poor reviews from critics. In fact, this was one of the many films in the late 1970s that killed the disaster genre for a while. Twister and Independence Day, both 1996, and the rise of CGI brought it back. So not talking about the movie, let's talk about the movie. This movie is about lots of people, lots of characters. Yeah, this is the first round with the movie. It's barely even been 3 minutes. Yeah, it's only been after 2 minutes. But I've already got a problem. There's lots of characters and like 20 subplots. Different subplots. Most of which go absolutely nowhere. Filmmaking 101, guys. If you're going to have a crap ton of subplots, then have one main plot that ties all of them together. I can't point out the main plot of this godforsaken piece of ass. Well, from what I could gather, the film follows a group of people on a Concorde who are being targeted by a guy called Kevin Harrison. He's trying to destroy the Concorde because his friend, they never make it clear, Maggie Whalen, a news reporter, has documents that prove that Harrison has been selling arms to communist countries during the Cold War. Now the pilots must make sure that the passengers are safe. What was the first film about again? Oh yeah! An airport manager trying to get a plane out of the snow and trying to stop a bomb from exploding on another plane. Come to think of it, what was the second film about again? Oh yeah! A small plane crashed into the cockpit of a larger plane, killing one of the pilots and severely injuring the other. So now the stewardess has to try and fly the plane with her boyfriend's help in a different plane. Oh, and the third film! How could I forget about the third film? That's about a luxury 747 crashing into the Bermuda Triangle, and the people above the water have to try and get it out before they run out of time and the entire place floods. It was really scary and suspenseful and had a sense of urgency and fear that worked to the film's advantage. Don't you just hate those movies that actually take themselves seriously and are realistic and have simple plots that are related to the whole disaster idea? What a bunch of talentless hacks! We know what we're doing. Let's put in corporate espionage, the Olympics, environmentalism, and the Cold War into the 4th installment in a franchise about airplanes. What is this? This is an airplane disaster film, not war games. You don't need to be this overcomplex to be scary. Christ, even Airplane was scarier than this. Yeah, it's a comedy, but at least the plot is somewhat interesting and serious. The passengers will die. We need to land the plane. It's a good plot that holds the film together, along with the comedy. Oh, let's talk about that. Apparently this disaster movie, I'm doing air quotes even though you can't see me, is chock full of jokes, because that's what I want in a serious film about corporate espionage, marriage, and environmentalism in a movie about the Concorde. Sorry. Yes, you need jokes to relieve the tension. Look at Saving Private Ryan. That film has lots of jokes, but they're few and far between and are used to relieve the tension. This film, in its genius glory, decides to have them all throughout the movie. Now, there's no longer any tension because the movie doesn't know whether it wants to be a serious disaster movie like the other three or a clown show. Pick one. Because you clearly can't do two at the same time. God, I love this movie, but it's so damn frustrating. I haven't even gotten to the characters and performances yet. Good God, did they look bored. Robert Wagner almost never smiles in this movie. He just looks super serious all the time. If you're going over the top with everything else, why can't you put the villain? I don't get you, movie. Oh. 4 O's, 3 bells, ding, ding, ding. But of all these things, of all the problems I have with this movie, the overcomplicated plot, the boring characters, the lifeless performances, the god-awful pacing, the abysmal writing, all of that is nothing. You hear me? Nothing. Compared to the most laughable thing in this whole entire movie. The effects. Oh my God, the effects. If Terminator 2 is the king of special effects, then this movie is the king of horrible special effects. I know there's other more famous movies that use special effects very badly, but I haven't seen this movie, so they don't count. But I've seen it twice, and I, both times, saw these effects, and they were horrible. Remember when I mentioned at the beginning of this video that the budget was the highest of the franchise, 40 million to be exact? If I didn't, did I? Let me just look at the script here. Yes, I have a script now. I'm a proper YouTuber now. Did I mention this? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. That's good. I actually did something smart for the first time. Well, somehow, these effects look worse than the other films, which, let me remind you, have lower budgets and came out earlier. Then again, most modern film CGI looks like crap now, so it doesn't make a difference. Even, actually, it does not, because not addicted to the animators, people in charge of VFX, because they're being horribly overworked, and they're not being paid, so they need, it needs to be paid, so because, they have livelihoods, they have lives as well. But still, these effects look horrible. Every time they show the Concorde flying, it looks thicker than the Kardashians, and I laugh out loud every single time they show it. That's the real kicker. That's the real thing that makes this movie such a classic. Despite me hating this movie so damn much, I still love it because it's just so laughably horrible. It knows it's a stupid piece of crap, and it goes along with it. It makes its identity. Now, is there anything good in this film? Like anything worth anything whatsoever? Is it actually worth going out for and buying on DVD? I had to buy in a 4-movie collection with the other 3. Those boring movies. Those realistic disaster movies. Those actual movies. Well, yes, there's anything good in this film. George Kennedy is still as likable as ever, as he is in all the other 3 movies. And some of the forced humor can be funny. And by some of it, I mean one joke. Another good thing about this film is that there's a scene later on when the cargo door, the thing on airplanes, opens and the floor begins to crack up. Not gonna lie, that's pretty terrifying. If I saw that on an airplane, I'd crap myself. It's the only scene that captures the spirit of the original 3. Aside from those 3 things, this film is amazingly horrible. Nearly everything about it is awful. It misunderstands everything about what made the first 3 classics. But what do you expect from a 4th movie in a franchise? I guess Pointless Hub was right. If you've seen this video about Transformers 4, you'll understand what I mean. If you don't, go watch his channel, it's hilarious. Despite this, however, I still highly recommend you watch this film. Invite your friends, get drunk and high and watch it. You won't regret it. I mean, you probably will regret it if you get drunk and high at the same time. Probably end up looking like this in the morning. Dead. It may be just a sign, but you'll be in a cemetery if you do that. Yeah. Anyways, 2 out of 10. This film is the magnum anus of whoever wrote it. Wait, who did write it? Eric Roth? Who's that? Eric R. Roth, born March 22nd, 1945, an American screenwriter. He has been nominated 6 times for the Academy Award for Best Actor. Forrest Gump! The writer of the Concorde, Airport 79, wrote Forrest Gump, which won the Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay? What? Everything I know has been warped. What else did he write? Dune Part 1. Now it all makes sense. God's sake.